The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Last week, the mighty Patriots of Wayne Hills took on the East Side Ghosts, and as expected, the Patriots took control of the game from the opening kickoff, winning 42-0. It's the game every high school football fan and player in the township circles on their calendar. Can the 2-0 underdog Indians finally overcome their superior in-town rivals? Or will the Patriots prove once again who runs these streets? Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley, next.
Welcome to Wayne Valley High School, where the Wayne Valley Indians will be hosting the Wayne Hills Patriots, crosstown rivals. Exactly 1 year ago was the day of the Wayne Hills blackout. We'll send it over to Alex Green with On the Line.
Welcome back for another week of On the Line. I'm here with Jason and Justin Abedisian. Again, thank you guys for coming.
No problem.
All right, I guess Justin's not going to say anything. He's very quiet today. This is the weekly segment where we take a look inside the true grit of the Wayne Hills team, the linemen. So, guys, we talked about playing East Side last week. Yep. And, Jason, if I'm correct, you actually predicted the score correctly.
That's correct.
42-0.
Yep.
Very nice. Justin, maybe you'll get it this week.
Yeah, we'll see.
So you're playing Wayne Valley this week. You're coming off a pretty good game, both you guys. I actually have some stats for you. Jason, turns out you lead Wayne Hills in tackles per game with 7. Feeling pretty good about that?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Playing pretty good right now, so hopefully I can keep it up and keep it going.
Overall, the team averages nearly 300 yards a game, but Wayne Valley actually averages, at 275, and you're playing them this week. Do you think they'll get 275 this week with you guys playing?
Not a chance. I don't think so. I think we're too well prepared. I think we overmatch them physically, and just every aspect of the game. I think we're better than them. So, I don't think they'll put up that great of numbers.
Alex Tranny of Wayne Valley leads the team in almost every statistical category, offensively and defensively. So he really is that one big player that you guys, as a Wayne Hills football team, have to stop. How do you plan on doing that?
Well, first of all, there's no player. There's no one. He's a great player. Yeah, he's a good high school player, whatever. But there's not one player on one team. Shame on us if one kid on one team can beat us. Like we were playing for the state championship game last year. Throughout practice, we're saying if Devin Fuller, one kid by himself, can beat us, that's shame on us. So, yeah, he's good, but we're better, and we're going to stop him.
Well, it is 2-on-1, if you look at it that way. So, Wayne Valley, of course, is the team's rival, really the main rival across town. And even Valley could be 0-11, 0-12, play you guys, it'd always be competitive.
Yeah, in these games, really just you throw the stats out the window. I mean, it's just battle of Wayne. I mean, that's all there is to it. The stats don't mean anything, and just head on head and see what happens.
Valley, of course, is not 0-11 or 0-12. They are 2-0, but their games haven't been the most impressive, at least score-wise. Yeah. They've combined in their 2 games beat their opponents 24-14, while Hills outscored their opponent 70-7. So certainly a big differential there. But like I said, Hills and Valley always play bitterly, and it's always a great game. Last time Wayne Hills played Wayne Valley, it was at our home turf in the state playoffs last year, and it was a 48-0 demolition at the hands of Wayne Hills. So I'm sure Wayne Valley is going to want to get some sweet revenge.
Yeah, well, these are all the kids we've been playing when we were younger, growing up, backyard football with, Barbers Pond, Sheffield, wherever it may have been. But, the difference between the first game when it was close and the second game was a blowout. Valley's a team where you just got to put them away early because the longer they're in the game, the more hype they get. But if we just play our game, put them away early, we'll be fine. Yeah, definitely. Valley's not going to overwhelm you with skill or power, really. But, just like any other team, if you let them in long enough, you don't know anything could happen.
So we can't see it right now in this beautiful locker room we're in. But I went out for lunch today. I'm sure you guys did too. And it is absolutely pouring rain outside. And that's supposed to go through tonight and into tomorrow. So assuming the game isn't canceled, how do you think the weather conditions will play a factor in the game?
Well, it affects both teams evenly. The rain, both teams are going to have to adapt. It's even for both teams, so nobody can really complain. But if the rain happens, we're going to have to get out there, establish our run game, and build off it.
Yeah, definitely. Just what he said. Our run game is going to be real important, and we're going to have to play great defense because, there's not going to be that much throwing the ball in the rain. So our defense is going to play pretty well and stop the run.
So speaking of the running game, I am in a Justin Beveridge jersey. We learned this past week that star running back Troy Zaffino is out. I'm not quite sure how long, potentially the whole season, with a torn ACL and MCL.
He'll be back in a couple weeks. He's gotten a lot better. He was running around a little bit yesterday, catching some balls, and I think he'll definitely come back.
Well, he unfortunately is not back for this game, meaning my boy Justin Beveridge is going to have to pick up some slack as long as a few other running backs. And you mentioned how important it's going to be to run the ball because the ball's slick in these weather conditions, and you're probably not going to throw that much. So how do you guys think the running game will fare against a pretty decent defense?
We feel if our line's clicking, if we're blocking how we should be able to, if we're playing how we should be able to, it's not they don't have enough guys that could really even come close to stopping us. If every one of our linemen does our job, block who we're supposed to block, we shouldn't have a problem pushing them around up front.
Well, in your past 2 games, Hills averaged 185 yards a game on the ground. So you've certainly been doing a great job. So last but not least, I do it every week. What are your score predictions for this week?
Last week, considering I got it right, I'm going to have to come pretty close.
Another shutout, maybe?
Let's call me crazy. I'm going to give them 1 field goal. So give 35 points for the good guys and 3 points for the bad guys. But overall, Wayne Hill is coming with a victory.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't see there's a way Valley beating us. I don't think it's going to happen. If we play our game, we'll be fine.
Well, those are certainly strong words, and I hope to see you guys back it up on the field later. Thank you guys for your time, and we'll see you next week. But right now, we're going to go to the locker room to hear another one of Coach Olsen's famous speeches.
We got 48 minutes tonight, guys. Go out there and show everybody that we are still the team to beat. Okay? We are still the team to beat. We've got 48 minutes, right, to prove it to ourselves tonight. That's all we have to do. Prove it to ourselves.
Leave no doubt, boys. Leave no doubt.
Welcome back to Wayne Valley High School. Wayne Hills will be kicking off to Wayne Valley for the first possession of the game. I'm Thomas Auerbach alongside Nick Bakelman. Eric Martinez kicking off for Wayne Hills. Wayne Valley already back, ready to receive. Wayne Hills looking for another quick start on defense.
Let's go, Joe!
And the kick is off. Wayne Valley catches it at their own goal line. Bobbles running up at the 20-yard line, breaking a few tackles, and ends up at the Wayne Valley 24-yard line. Wayne Hills takes the field for the first time. 1st and 10 for Wayne Valley. Nick, what are your keys to the game for today for Wayne Hills?
I would say defense and offense are important.
Wayne Valley with 2 backs. Handoff, stuffed, fumbled. Wayne Hills on top of the ball and down at Wayne Valley's own 14-yard line. A quick start to the Wayne Hills defense. First and 10 at the Wayne Valley 15. Kevin Olsen taking the field for the first stop for Wayne Hills. Remember, he rolled his ankle last week against Eastside and missed the entire second half of the game. We'll see if that ankle slows him down or if he'll be able to push through it. Wayne Hills with 2 backs. A pitch taken straight into the goal line for the first play of scrimmage. Wayne Hills with a touchdown. Almost untouched is Wayne Hills as they score the first 6 points of the game.
All night! All night!
Wayne Hills with 6 points with 11:39 remaining in the first quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. Wayne Hills 7-0. Wayne Valley 0, with 1 play from scrimmage for each side. Well, Nick, with whatever momentum or energy or morale that Wayne Valley had coming into this game, it has to be shot right now. What do they have to do in order to make this game even close?
Well, Wayne Hills has had a spectacular performance so far, and if they can keep it up, it'll be quite the blowout. Wayne Valley just has to maybe just have one good play to break their momentum and see what they can do from there.
Wayne Hills back to kickoff for the second time.
Martinez get off for the Patriots, deep for Wayne Valley.
The Wayne Hills bleachers are going insane right now. Very loud. This team has gotten their fans fired up already in the first 20 seconds of the game. And this kick, exactly the same as the first, caught at the Wayne Valley 5-yard line, taken up the field, bouncing off a few people, and eventually brought down by easily 5 Wayne Hills players at the Wayne Valley 20-yard line. We'll see at this time if Wayne Valley's offense will be able to come back at all from that first botched play. Wayne Valley looking to run again. Running outside, open room, knocks down a Wayne Hills player, but is taken right back down, a gain of about 15 yards. Well, what a way for Wayne Valley to bounce back after fumbling their first possession, getting 15 yards on their second play. Penalty on Wayne Valley, backing up, negates the last play. Nick, we saw this from Wayne Hills the last game, except they were getting penalties thrown at them all the time. If Wayne Hills is able to keep the penalties off them, keep them on Wayne Valley, the game is going to go in their favor.
The 10-yard penalty from the spot of the run. Call spot at the 15-yard line will be first and 15.
The ball will be placed on the Wayne Valley 15-yard line, first and 15.
Get in there, Joe!
Another running play for Wayne Valley. Taking up the right side, gain of about 7 to 10 yards. Well, the two plays that Wayne Valley hasn't fumbled, they've gotten some big runs. Hopefully Wayne Hills can stop these big plays from happening. Wayne Valley is passing this time. The throw is incomplete, and a penalty on Wayne Hills. It looks like it'll be pass interference on Wayne Hills. It is pass interference against the Patriots. Wayne Valley will get the ball at their own 35-yard line and have a new set of downs. Wayne Hills overloading the box for a gain of at most 1 yard for Wayne Valley.
Brought down by Jason Avedisian. Gain of 1 to the 36, 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 for Wayne Valley. Still 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Wayne Valley moving slowly on offense, always going into the huddle, making sure everyone knows where to be. Looks like this will be a false start on Wayne Hills. We'll see what the official ruling is. It's a false start against Wayne Valley. It's a 5-yard penalty. Well, Nick, that's 2 penalties already for Wayne Valley, and twice putting themselves in a bad position with a 2nd and 15. Wayne Valley looking to pass. Good pass rush by Wayne Hills. Pass is complete at the Wayne Valley 42-yard line. It's a 3rd down for Wayne Valley. It looks like a 3rd and 4 for Wayne Valley. Wayne Hills making a last-second defensive switch. Wayne Valley running, moving the line of scrimmage, but not anywhere close to the 1st down. Wayne Valley will be forced to punt. Nick, what adjustments do you think Wayne Hills will make the next time that Wayne Valley has possession?
Well, they handled it pretty well this time, forcing them to punt at only the 43-yard line. Maybe they'll just make their defense a little tighter next time. I don't know.
A high snap for Wayne Valley. Punt gets away. Caught by Andrew Monahan. Avoids the first tackler and the second, still on his feet, and brought down at the Wayne Hills 20-yard line.
Returning punt travels 39 yards. Return by Monahan. Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at Wayne Hills 20-yard line with 8 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Wayne Hills was 2 people in their backfield. It's a running play right into a wall of Wayne Valley defenders for no gain in the play.
Robbie Schiller on a carry. Gain of 1 to the 21. 2nd and 9.
Well, Wayne Hills, after their first play of the game being a 10-yard rushing touchdown, their second play is a 1-yard rush blocked by Wayne Valley. Kevin Olsen looking for his first pass of the day, complete around one defender, but met by another Wayne Valley. Almost a first down.
Brought down by Luke Pomerano and Nick Gilday.
Eric Moscow on the catch that time for Wayne Hills.
It's a gain of 6 to the 27-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 for Wayne Hills. Monahan comes onto the field. Wayne Valley with no one deep on their defense. It's a pass play going deep over the middle. And it's all bobbled. And Wayne Hills will be on the 4th down. The ball was well thrown by Kevin Olsen right over the head of Eric Moskal, but unable to come up with it.
Moskal to punt for the Patriots deep for Wayne Valley. Gilday and Duncan.
Wayne Hills with their first punt of the night. Not a very far punt by Wayne Hills. And Monahan brings the ball down at the Wayne Valley 48-yard line.
The Moskal punt shuttle is 25 yards down by the Patriots at the Wayne Valley 48-yard line. Indians take over 1st and 10.
Well, Nick, we haven't seen any big plays from Wayne Valley, as in a long throw or someone wide open down the field. Do you think we'll see any Hail Marys from Wayne Valley just to try and get the momentum back on their side?
Well, if things keep going like this, eventually they'll just try a desperate attempt at some yardage.
Wayne Valley running the ball. Again blocked by the Wayne Hills defensive line. After a few good gains at the beginning of the game by Wayne Valley, Wayne Hills has come back and stuffed the Wayne Valley run.
Brought down by Jason Avedizian. No gain, 2nd and 10 at the 48.
Avedizian again with a nice stop. Wayne Valley with a nice fake for a gain of 4 yards.
By Eric Moskal. Gain of 3 to the 49-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 7.
So now a 3rd and 7 for Wayne Valley, who will need to get decent yardage in order to not give the ball right back to Wayne Hills. Wayne Valley back to pass. Good pass rush, and the pass is incomplete. Too short. 4th and 7 now for Wayne Valley, who will be forced to punt to the dangerous Wayne Hills special teams. 5 minutes left in this first quarter. Only Monahan is back on this punt. Last game they had Monahan and Moskal back. A good punt by Wayne Valley. Monahan catches it, runs around a Valley defender, but brought down by 2 more at the Wayne Hills 5-yard line. There's nothing you can do on that play. Monahan was able to beat the first defender, but Wayne Valley just had people crashing him and 2 more right around him. There's nothing you can do about that. Wayne Valley still hasn't tested Kevin Olsen's mobility without getting much pressure on him at all. A running play brought down quickly by the Wayne Valley defensive line. Well, Wayne Hills is in a bad situation right now for their offense. At their own 4-yard line. Wayne Valley has no one even remotely deep in their own field. It looks like it's to be a blitz from Wayne Valley. It's a false start against the Patriots. That's now at their own 2-yard line. Nick, this is our second penalty we've seen from Wayne Hills. Do you think this will be a repeat of last week when they just kept getting penalties thrown on them?
Well, Valley has also had 2, so let's just see how the game goes.
Olsen back to throw. Too short for the receiver. It's now 3rd and 13 for Wayne Hills. Both Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley's defense have not been giving up very much yards to each other. It looks like so far in this game, the defense has the edge. Olsen back to throw. Far over the middle, caught by Monahan. Still going, taken down by 3 Valley defenders at Wayne Valley's 46-yard line. What a play by Wayne Hills. Well, Andrew Monahan again, right in the middle of a big play for Wayne Hills. There's a penalty flag on the play. It looks like this will be on Wayne Hills, bringing back a huge play. This game is not even 9 minutes in progress, and there's already been 3 penalty flags. Wayne Hills will have the ball on their own 1-yard line for a 3rd and 14. That has to be demoralizing for Wayne Hills, getting a huge play and just having it been brought back to where it started. A running play brought down. Valley looking like they want a safety. And we're waiting the official decision. Confusion among the referees. Fourth and 14 for Wayne Hills at their own 1-yard line. Christian Rodriguez was stuffed by the Wayne Valley defensive line. After 2 passing plays, Wayne Hills wanted to change it up. Unfortunately, it was to no avail. Sorry. Wayne Valley very shallow against this punt because of the last punt of Wayne Hills. This punt slightly better. Chasing Wayne Valley back. Good bounce for Wayne Hills. All the way down to the Wayne Valley 36-yard line. Remember, that was from within the Wayne Hills end zone. That punt easily going for 63 yards is the official tally. What a punt for Wayne Hills. There's a penalty on Wayne Valley, backing them up even farther into their own territory. Ball is now marked at the Wayne Valley 20-yard line. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's 3 penalties for each side. We're not even 10 minutes into the game. Wayne Valley pitches it back. Running towards the outside, now cutting back in. Taken down by 2 Wayne Hills defenders for a gain of 4 yards. Second down for Wayne Valley.
Forward to the 24-yard line, brings up 7 and 6.
Remember last time that the Patriots and the Indians faced each other at Wayne Valley, the final score was 7-6 Wayne Hills. And it looks like this could happen again as the defenses have been stifling their opponents. Pass far incomplete by Wayne Valley. 3rd and 6 now for Wayne Valley. Wayne Hills has Monahan in their backfield, about 6 yards behind the 1st yard line. False start. It looks like it's on Wayne Valley. We'll see what the officials rule it as, and it is a false start against Wayne Valley, pushing them back an extra 5 yards. 3rd and 11 now for Wayne Valley. You have to expect them to go for a pass with the Wayne Hills defense shutting down the run as well as it has. Wayne Valley set with 4 receivers. The pass nowhere near the receiver again. Wayne Valley has not been getting anything in the air. 1 pass has been very short in this game, and 2 have been far outside of the reach of the Wayne Valley receivers. If Wayne Valley wants to have a chance to come back in this game, their passing has to show up in the future quarters. Punt is tipped by Wayne Hills. They'll let the ball roll down to the Wayne Valley 48-yard line. It was a bad snap for the 2nd time for Wayne Valley, and this time Wayne Hills was able to capitalize on the poor snap. With 47 seconds left in the quarter, Kevin Olsen and Coach Olsen are discussing their options. Now they have a plan of what to do for how to finish this quarter. It's a run by Wayne Hills for a gain of about 4 yards. A flag goes flying from one side of the field to the other. Neither team moving. We'll see what the official decision is. It's a personal foul against Wayne Hills. And one against Wayne Valley. Both penalties will cancel each other out for a 2nd down for the Patriots. A late substitution by Wayne Hills. It's the 2nd time that they've done that. Olsen throws it. 2 flags are thrown, probably on the same play. It was a decent run by Wayne Hills, but we'll see if it's pushed back because of yet another penalty flag. It is on the Patriots. It's a 5-yard penalty. That's 5 penalties for the Patriots in this first quarter. The clock's winding down. Now at 10 seconds. Wayne Hill's not knowing what to do. It looks like they'll just let the quarter run to an end. The first quarter ends with Wayne Valley 0, Wayne Hills 7. In what has not been a very pretty quarter, with 5 fouls on the Patriots, 4 on Wayne Valley. We're going to a break. We'll see you at the start of the second quarter.
4 wide receivers set fly back to pass. Throws a ball, and it's going to be intercepted by Roddy Drees. Drees has a cakewalk into the end zone, and Drees brings it in for the touchdown. What a turn of events, folks.
Welcome back to Wayne Valley High School, where the Wayne Hills Patriots are leading 7-0 against the Wayne Valley Indians. It is Wayne Hills ball on the Wayne Valley 46-yard line. It is a second down with 2 yards to go. Olsen takes the snap. Looking for the pass, complete to Moskal, who takes it away, beats a few defenders, and finally brought down. Another penalty flag is thrown on this play. Holding against the Patriots, negating that last play. Now, Nick, wouldn't you think that the Wayne Hills Patriots would have worked on not getting penalties thrown on them after last week?
Well, it's a bitter rivalry. It must be very tempting to hit each other.
Wayne Hills breaks out of their huddle with 2 receivers and 2 backs in their backfield. Kevin Olsen scrambling for the first time. Long throw, nowhere near his intended target, but at least he avoided the sack and avoided re-injuring his ankle. Well, that has to look promising for Wayne Hills, as Olsen was able to get away from the pressure. Although it does look like he's grimacing just a bit. Third and long for Wayne Hills. Back to throw. Good coverage. Going high down the field. Just out of the reach of number 22, Eric Moskal. Well, that was a well-placed ball, well-timed run, but wasn't able to come up with it. My mistake, that was not Eric Moskal on the run. Wayne Hills back to punt with 4th and 28. Eric Moskal is now punting for Wayne Hills. Wayne Valley giving him much more respect this time around, being deep in their own backfield. Good snap by Wayne Hills. And a high punt fair catch called by Wayne Valley on their own 31-yard line. Well, after the first punt by Wayne Hills, barely going 25 yards, his last two have been phenomenal. A 63-yarder and then having to make Wayne Valley call for a fair catch. That's been an encouraging sign for the Patriots. Wayne Valley on the run. Going up the left side. A good run by Wayne Valley. Just short of the first down. It is a first down, rules the official. Dom Santoro on the tackle. Well, Wayne Valley, reverting to their run game after their pass game, has only had one completion in the entire game so far. Another running play, this time for no gain as Wayne Hills piles on top for a gain of 1 yard. Coach Olsen is not happy with his defense, going 10 yards out onto the field to tell them to step up their game. Second and 9 for Wayne Valley. Wayne Hills overloading the box, and this time it's a passing play well short of their intended receiver. Wayne Valley, they have a serious issue at the quarterback position right now. They've been getting nothing through the air. Wayne Hills has been able to overload the box without having to be nervous at all about having a ball thrown over their head. It's now a 3rd and 9 for Wayne Valley. Wayne Valley looking to pass again. This time the ball is short. Nick, what would you do if you were in a situation like this, with only having your running game working for you, with every pass either being way out of the reach of the receiver or way too short?
Well, I guess I would start running it more, or I would try and force one over the top.
Monahan back to punt. Another high snap by Wayne Valley. This time they were able to get it away. Monahan with a clean return. Avoids 2, 3, 4 defenders. Still on his feet. Breaking tackles. Going down the middle. One man to beat. And he gets by him. Andrew Monahan going down the field. Running in for the touchdown. What a play by Andrew Monahan. Easily 5 Wayne Valley defenders had their hands on him at some point. Able to break through and get yet another special teams touchdown. What a play by number 1, Andrew Monahan. The extra point for Wayne Hills is good. A low kick, but doesn't matter. Wayne Hills now leads Wayne Valley 14-0 with 9:47 left in this second half.
That was an excellent run on that touchdown. Great job evading those tackles.
The coach of Wayne Valley talking to his players. He's probably telling them to start getting on their horse on offense, run harder, block better, because with a 14-0 game and the Wayne Hills defense looking as good as it has been, they need to get something down the field, and they need to get it quickly. The two receivers for Wayne Valley lining up on their own 10-yard line. Well, a startling sign on the sideline of Wayne Hills, quarterback Kevin Olsen talking to the trainer, assumingly about his ankle after his scramble. Probably a good thing they just need to come back onto the field just yet. And the kick is off. A spinner going down, Wayne Valley receiving, breaking out to the outside, but a good tackle by Wayne Hills, swallowing him up and forcing him to the outside. Andrew Monahan back on the field for Wayne Hills, already recovered after his long run. First and 10 for Wayne Valley. Another flag thrown. It's on Wayne Valley. First and 15 now for Wayne Valley. Wayne Valley back, running the ball, up the middle, gain of a few yards, but still over 10 yards to go. Brought down by Joe Lane. He's been in on a few tackles so far. Well, here at Wayne Valley High School, the stadiums are really filling up. Both bleachers are completely full and people are lined up around the fence on the turf. Another running play for Wayne Valley, brought down for a gain of a few yards. Joe Lane again on the tackle.
Jersey Joe.
3rd and 11 now for Wayne Valley. Wayne Valley looking to throw. Great pressure by Wayne Hills as Wayne Valley can only throw the ball out of bounds just to avoid interception. Great job by the Wayne Hills defense on this last drive. Wayne Hills now puts Monahan and Moskal in their backfield to receive the punt from Wayne Valley. Another high snap for Wayne Valley. A good punt though, caught by Monahan, looking for another big play. Avoids 4 defenders in a row. Taking him down by 2 Valley defenders at the Wayne Hills 44-yard line. Monahan slow to get up. Seems to be okay. Olsen in as quarterback. His ankle apparently holding up so far in the game. Stepping back to throw. Incomplete, intended for wide receiver Eric Moskal. Wayne Hills stepping up to the line of scrimmage. Toss back to number 27, Justin Beveridge, who goes on for a good run, a gain of about 5 yards.
Justin Beveridge on a carry brought down by Luke Quinterano. Gain of 7 to midfield. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 now for Wayne Hills. Monahan back onto the field for Wayne Hills. Ball caught by Monahan. Spinning, brought down by Wayne Valley. Flag on the play. Looks like it'll be a face mask on Wayne Valley. It did seem like Wayne Valley locked their hands around something to rip Monahan down to the ground. And it is a face mask on Wayne Valley, which moves the chains and gives Wayne Hills a first down. Well, penalty-wise, both teams have 6 flags thrown on each of them. This is a big one for Wayne Valley, giving Wayne Hills a fresh set of downs.
18-yard penalty goes ball to the 35 with 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
Wayne Valley with a lot of people right inside the box. Olsen back to throw for a wide open Wayne Hills player, and it's a touchdown, Wayne Hills. A great throw by Kevin Olsen right over the top. It looked like a perfect play call, and Wayne Hills now has a chance to make this 21-0. Well, that's when penalties come back to bite you. Wayne Valley had Wayne Hills at a 4th down, nowhere near inside field goal zone, and now Wayne Hills gets 6 points, looking to be 7. They do not get the extra point. So it's 20-0, Wayne Hills, with 6:23 left in the 2nd quarter. Well, Nick, what we've seen so far in this game, it's just been a blowout by Wayne Hills. If not for the penalties, where do you think Wayne Hills would be standing right now?
Well, it would most likely be not even close. But if Wayne Hills can keep up this high pressure, they'll probably continue with the score being as it is.
Wayne Valley first onto the field. Martinez to kick off for Wayne Hills. Monahan will come off of the field for this play, probably saving him for the upcoming defensive effort for Wayne Hills. A high kick. A clean catch by Wayne Valley with open running room down the middle. But good tackling by Wayne Hills allows Valley to only get to their own 30-yard line. Looks like there's an injured Wayne Hills player on the field, which is not a good sign. Trainers rush out to meet him. Well, Nick, we hate to see this happen on such a big game like tonight, or any night.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get up soon and he'll be okay for the rest of the game.
Everyone in the crowd not moving around much, hoping that the player will be able to walk it off and finish out the game. This is Robbie Schiller, the explosive junior, number 9 for Wayne Hills, who had some big plays and some big tackles against Eastside. We'll be back after this.
High formation for the Patriots right now, and the fans are on their feet. Monahan, look at that, he's back in the pocket, and he's going for Greg Olsen, and he caught it! He got it! Touchdown, Patriots! Touchdown, Patriots!
Welcome back to Wayne Valley High School. The injured player Schiller is being helped off of the field. He is walking under his own power, which is a great sign. Still with a limp. Everyone wishes the best for a quick recovery. First and 10 for Wayne Valley. Running play outside, still on his feet, finally taken down by Wayne Hills. A good gain for Wayne Valley, who has not been able to get very far into Wayne Hills territory. One of their biggest plays of the night. Wayne Valley back to pass. Another throw that is just nowhere near a place that can be caught. It's a shame for Wayne Valley. If they can get their passing game going, Wayne Hills has nothing to fear about them ever scoring. They can overload the box and just not worry. Nick, what do you think the problem is in their passing game?
Well, we haven't seen many passing plays, let alone completions. Maybe they just don't have the strength in the quarterback.
Wayne Hills last year ran the ball very much with Olsen as a sophomore. Sacked by Wayne Hills. What a play by number 21, Dom Santoro. No chance for Wayne Valley as Santoro swooped in from the side. And the quarterback just fell to the ground. It's a loss of 9. Moskal and Monahan back for Wayne Hills. Almost blocked. Moskal will return this one. The ball hits the ground first. It looks like he retained the possession. So Wayne Hills will have a first down at their own 38-yard line.
returning punt travels 31 yards. Wayne Hills will take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Good field position once again for Wayne Hills. Only one time, I believe, have they been within their own 20-yard line to start their drive. Olsen a handoff. Gain of 2. Dom Santoro, after the sack, giving him the ball.
Brought down by number 79, Tommy DeMeo. Gain of 2 to the 41, second and 8.
Second and 8 now for Wayne Hills. Another handoff. A solid run bouncing off one defender but into the arms of another. That was Christian Rodriguez, who Wayne Hills showed off a lot against Eastside. About 2 yards for the first down for Wayne Hills. Wayne Hills quickly back up to the line. Good handoff. Wayne Valley with nice blocking, but Wayne Hills might have just edged out the first down marker. We'll see what the official scoring has to say. First down for Wayne Hills. That was solid running for Wayne Hills. Kept their feet moving and moved the chain just far enough.
Gain of 2 to the 49-yard line, first and 10 for the Patriots.
First and 10 from the Wayne Hills 49-yard line. Moskal in motion for Wayne Hills. It's a handoff, finding a wide open gap. One man to beat, spins around him, still on his feet. Takes 4 Wayne Valley defenders to finally bring down Wayne Hills at their own 20-yard line. A good run by Wayne Hills. Well, Nick, after a few smash-mouth running plays, Wayne Hills is able to break away for a big one. Do you believe that the Wayne Valley defense might be getting fatigued?
Yes, definitely. If it continues like this, they'll undoubtedly be giving up soon.
Another running play for Wayne Hills, bouncing out to the outside for a gain of 3 or 4 yards. Three minutes left in the second quarter.
Gain of 6 to the 14, second and 4.
Wayne Hills seems to be slowing down their offense, trying to leave Valley with as little time as possible when they get the ball back. A pitch outside. A nice run by Wayne Hills, brought down by the shoestrings. Christian Rodriguez again. He's going to be a nice player next year when he's their feature back. Some substitutions for Wayne Hills, who call a timeout. It looks like there's a personnel issue. There's 2 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock. This is Wayne Hills' first timeout of the game. Wayne Hills is up 20-0 with 2:17 left in the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
And that's the game. That is the game. Your Wayne Hills Patriots beat the Northern Highland Highlanders 4-1. There was pandemonium at Patriot Stadium. Wayne Hills 4, Northern Highlands 1. A great game by both teams, but obviously Wayne Hills coming out on top.
We're back at Wayne Valley High School. Wayne Hills at the 5-yard line of Wayne Valley, looking for the 3rd touchdown of the game. It's a running play to Rodriguez, brought down by Wayne Valley, a gain of 1 or 2 yards. And Nick, when Wayne Valley undoubtedly gets the ball back within these last 2 minutes of the game, what do you expect them to do? Go for a passing play, even though their passing has not been good so far?
Well, with their running plays working the way they have, they'll definitely have to try at least a few passing plays.
Well, Wayne Valley won't even have their 2-minute offense out there, as we're down to 1:35 right now. Olsen with the snap, throwing outside for Monahan. Caught after being bumped by Wayne Valley for a touchdown. 26-0, Wayne Hills. Monahan with a 2nd touchdown of the game. It's looking like an everyday routine for him with 3 touchdowns against Eastside, and now 2 tonight. Another well-placed ball by Kevin Olsen, who I just cannot say enough about right now. All of his passes, if not being completed, have been right where they needed to be, within inches of the catch. This extra point is good for Wayne Hills, making it 27-0 Wayne Hills with 1:21 left in the 2nd quarter. Well, Wayne Hills, their big players have showed up against this big rivalry match, while on the Valley side, no one has stepped up. For Wayne Valley to have any chance in this game, even just to score, their seniors need to step up and start making some plays.
Valley hasn't had any breakthroughs so far, and it's not looking good for them.
Part of that is that the Wayne Hills defense has just been stifling, overloading the box, and on their one-on-ones, they've just not been letting anyone get outside. They've been tackling when they've had to. Overall, just a great effort by the Wayne Hills defense. Martinez to kick off for Wayne Hills. It's a far kick, with Wayne Valley catching it within their own end zone. A decent run. Spinning by a few defenders. Looks like the ball has been fumbled. There's a pile up. Wayne Hills ball. Wayne Hills ball at the Wayne Valley 20-yard line. Their 2nd fumble recovery of the day. Well, Wayne Hills with a legitimate shot at making this game 30-0, if not higher, at the end of this first half. Nick, do you think we'll be seeing a lot of running plays from Wayne Hills, running out the clock and then going for a field goal? Or do you think they'll just try and put Valley away with a quick pass into the end zone?
Well, it's looking good for them, and I'm sure they want to make sure Valley doesn't have a chance at returning it when they get the ball.
So our prediction from the booth is a few running plays from Wayne Hills to not let Valley have any shot at getting the ball back. Olsen with the snap, proving us wrong, going for a pass into the end zone. Wide open is Monahan, for his third touchdown of the game. Monahan just ran by his defender. It looked as if Wayne Valley was playing zone defense, and it went right in between the slots. Kevin Olsen with the well-placed ball, right where Monahan could catch it and Wayne Valley could not. Well, it looks like Wayne Hills just wants to kill Wayne Valley and not let them get any morale going into the second half. Extra point is good. 34-0, Wayne Hills, with only 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the second quarter. If Wayne Hills can get a quick stop on defense after this kickoff, remember, Wayne Hills will be receiving the ball at the start of the third quarter. Wayne Hill's sideline is now joking around, giving each other high fives, assuming that they have this game in the bag, which I believe that they do. Martinez again to kick off for Wayne Hills. We've been seeing quite a deal of him for extra points and for kickoffs, with Wayne Hills scoring all of these touchdowns. His kickoffs have been very good so far in the game. And another of the same as Wayne Valley catches it on their own 5-yard line, bringing it back up the middle of the field. Matched by Wayne Hills and brought down at the Wayne Valley 17-yard line. Exactly 1 minute left in the second quarter.
Return 13 to the 20-yard line. Indians take over first and 10.
Well, Nick, looking forward into the third quarter, with Wayne Hills winning 34-0, do you think they'll play starting quarterback Kevin Olsen, or with giving him the possibility of re-injuring his ankle?
Well, they don't.
A sack by Wayne Hills, number 84, Joe Lane.
Well, they don't want to re-injure him, but they don't want to give the game away either.
Well, on the sideline, looks like Olsen is limping. Not a ton, but just enough that you can see that he's favoring his ankle. And Wayne Valley will kneel it, making the final of the first half. 34 Wayne Hills, nothing Wayne Valley. But what a blowout so far from Wayne Hills. Do you have any final comments on this first half, Nick?
It was pretty much a one-sided game. Let's see if they can continue it in the second half.
Well, I agree. Wayne Hills dominating the defensive side of the ball. And after their first half and first few minutes of the second, getting 6 penalties, they've had none in the past 10 minutes, which is an encouraging sign for Wayne Hills. Going into the locker room, Wayne Valley will undoubtedly be talking about how to get their passing game rolling. From Wayne Valley High School, Thomas Auerbach and Nick Bakelman will be seeing you at the start of the third quarter.
High formation for the Patriots right now, and the fans are on their feet. Monahan, look at that, he's back in the pocket, and he's going for Greg Olsen, and he caught it! He got it! Touchdown!
welcome back to Wayne Valley, where Wayne Hills is leading 34-0. I'm Thomas Auerbach alongside Nick Bakelman. Nick, the Wayne Valley crowd is already starting to disperse. What do you think about the Valley fan base?
Well, they look rather dispirited right now. It is hard to get behind a team that can't get behind itself.
And now for Wayne Hills, after what you've seen in this first half, what do you expect of them in the second?
They'll probably continue as things have been going and put the game even more out of reach.
Here comes the kickoff for Wayne Valley. Short, trying not to let Monahan take it. Flag on the play since the ball went out of bounds. Decent field position will be given to Wayne Hills. And now for Wayne Valley, of what you've seen, what do you expect from them in this second half?
They'll most likely try to pick it up in the second half, but I don't see them making any more progress than they did in the first.
And your predictions for the final score of this game?
I'm going to say 57-0.
That would mean 23 more points for Wayne Hills, as Wayne Hills' defense continues to shut down Wayne Valley. Very plausible answer.
Thank you.
Kevin Olsen in at quarterback for Wayne Hills. Fakes the handoff. Good protection. Going downfield to number 22, Eric Moskal. Amos is calling for a flag, and he gets it. That was pass interference on Wayne Valley as they pulled him down by his shoulder pads before the ball even came close to reaching him. It doesn't seem like the referees have yet assessed the penalty. Now they have. It's actually holding against Wayne Valley. 10-yard penalty now at the 45-yard line. Wayne Hills ball, 1st and 10. Here's a run by Wayne Hills. A solid gain of about 8 yards. That's Justin Beveridge. Nick, do you expect Wayne Hills to slow down the pace of their offense in the second half?
Yes, but not tremendously. I expect them to keep moving forward.
Monahan in on wide receiver, where he's already scored 2 touchdowns in the game. A player loses a helmet from Valley. Gain of 2 by Wayne Hills. Another first down. That's 2 first downs so far in this opening drive of the second half. Unfortunately for Wayne Hills and for the Wayne Hills community, Schiller is still immobile, moving around a little bit, but they're trying to sit him as much as possible, as Beveridge has another carry for Wayne Hills, still being talked to by trainers and coaches. He is walking under his own power, so we can pretty much rule out that he broke anything, which is always an encouraging sign. Olsen with the handoff. It looks like Wayne Hills lost a few yards on that. That was Beveridge once again. Number 22, Eric Moskal, comes onto the field for the Patriots. Third and 2 for Wayne Hills. as they bash the ball right up the middle, caught by a few Valley defenders, but looks like it's easily a first down for Wayne Hills. It was Christian Rodriguez that time to spell Justin Beveridge. It is a first down, so 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills. It's a false start on the play. We'll see who it's assessed to. Wayne Hills is called for the flag. So Wayne Hills right now is losing the penalty battle 7-6. It makes things much more difficult to win a game when you keep getting thrown back from flags. Olsen takes the snap, hands it off. It looks like Wayne Hills was tripped up. That was Dom Santoro on the carry. There's no gain on that play, so still 2nd and 15. There's now 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Timeout, Wayne Hills. Must have had either a personnel issue or Coach Olsen did not like what he saw in Valley's defense. Well, Nick, do you think this could be an issue for Wayne Hills in the future with all their penalties and having to call timeouts on relatively low pressure plays?
Well, the penalty count isn't too unbalanced in their favor, so I think they should be okay.
Olsen is still out on the field with his offense. I don't know what he could be telling them to do better because it is 34-0. But if he's a good coach, he's going to want his team to be on top of their game all the time.
The 2nd and 15 from the 39-yard line following the timeout.
The ball is on the Wayne Valley 39-yard line. With a 2nd and 15 for Wayne Hills. Olsen hands off again to Santoro, who runs over a Wayne Valley defender. What a play by Dom Santoro. Just completely took down the Wayne Valley defender. What a hit. What a hit. That was a 17-yard run by Santoro, giving them a first down at the Wayne Valley 22-yard line. Santoro again on the carry. Brought down right along the line of scrimmage.
To the 19, 2nd and 7.
Another handoff. And another decent run by Wayne Hills. Close to the first down mark. That was Justin Beveridge. Wayne Hills now on the Wayne Valley 14-yard line. They need to get to the 12-yard line in order to get a first down. Another running play. This time it's Christian Rodriguez. It looks like he just manages to inch out the first down marker. Wayne Hills lines up. Olsen in shotgun position. Hands off to Santoro. Sees an opening. Goes to the gap and touchdown, Wayne Hills. Dom Santoro with the big 17-yard run to put Wayne Hills in a great position in which to give him the ball right back to score a touchdown. Score is now 40-0 in favor of Wayne Hills. It's a good snap, held well. An extra point is good by Wayne Hills, 41-0. Well, with the score as it is, that means the next quarter will be shortened off of the high school quote-unquote mercy rule.
Regroup. Start your triples a couple months later, why don't you?
Wayne Valley still on the sideline, figuring out how their special teams can help them win this game. Well, Nick, 41-0, a little bit closer to your original prediction.
Yeah, they're slowly making their way there. Hopefully they can reach it.
Wayne Valley with two people in their backfield. A high kick. A good catch made by Wayne Valley. Bounces outside and is taken down by Wayne Hills at the Wayne Valley 15-yard line. Well, Nick, if it was up to me, if I could put the MVP on anything in this game, it would be the Wayne Hills special teams. Everything they've done, with the exception of their first punt, has been incredible. They've helped their team out, getting great field position, and also limiting Wayne Valley to pretty much terrible field position.
And they even scored a touchdown.
That was Monahan on the punt return that he's referring to. Santoro wraps up the Wayne Valley player. It was a loss of 2 on the play. Wayne Hills still has their starters in on defense, which is surprising based off of the score. Back to pass. It looks like this pass is completed by Wayne Valley. A big deal for them, as this is only their second pass completion of the entire game. And let me remind you that this is at the 4-minute mark of the third quarter, their second pass completion. And let me tell you, that ball was not well thrown either. The receiver had to get down on the ground in order to make that catch. Wayne Valley back to pass again, looking to build in the momentum. And the ball is nowhere near the wide open receiver. There's a late flag on the play. We'll see who it's on. It's on Wayne Hills. It's probably a personal foul. Well, an unnecessary foul for Wayne Hills. Up 41-0. There's no reason to get your opponent angry or to give them better field position. Three minutes left in the third quarter. Wayne Valley at their own 34-yard line. Looking back to throw. A long throw over the middle, but nowhere near the receiver. I'm sorry, but the Wayne Valley passing attack is just not doing it tonight. Second down for Wayne Valley. Taking a while to get the line, which probably isn't a smart idea, because I have a feeling they'll need all the time they can get in order to come back in this game. A handoff. There's a gap up the middle, which the running back takes. Taken down about 2 yards short of the first down. A good run by Wayne Valley, who has had a lot of positive gains this entire game. Joe Lane on the tackle for Wayne Hills. All the players are lined up near the officials. They could be giving them a sportsmanship warning, saying the next person who does something unsportsmanlike will be thrown out of the game. It's happened before. This game could be getting a little bit chippy, with both teams being crosstown rivals. The clock is stopped, so whatever it is, the officials made an official timeout. Coach Olsen now in the huddle trying to figure things out. It's a Wayne Valley ball on their own 40-yard line. Dropping back, good pressure by Wayne Hills, gets the ball off, in and out of the hands of Wayne Valley. Well, that was a good throw by Wayne Valley, which could have thrown off the receiver, thinking he'd have to dive for the ball, but the ball was a rocket right into his chest, but just couldn't come up with it. So it's fourth down for Wayne Valley. Monahan alone in the Wayne Hills backfield. It's a good snap for Wayne Valley. A high punt, almost going out of bounds. Monahan takes it, avoids the first defender and the second, but is taken down at the Wayne Hills 29-yard line. we'll see if Kevin Olsen goes on to the field. It does not seem like he'll be back out there, which means Mike Abate will be in as quarterback. Looks like there'll be a timeout on the field. My mistake, it's the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back with more fourth quarter action.
On first down, Horsell back to pass. Excellent protection all the time in the world. Looking downfield, looking for Van Penen. Triple covered, sticks it in there. Flags on the play. Van Penen ahead to the 20, looking for the sideline. He's across the 10, near the goal line, dives. Touchdown, Ray Van Penen.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Wayne Valley Indians against the Wayne Hills Patriots, where Wayne Hills is winning 41-0. As Wayne Hills on a running play, not going down easily, is number 6 Christian Rodriguez with a nice gain for Wayne Hills. I'm going to reiterate this. Kevin Olsen is out of the game, presumably to preserve his ankle for future games. This game looks like it's well wrapped up for the Wayne Hills Patriots. Wayne Hills looking to do a quarterback sneak. 3 Wayne Valley defenders all around. Still on his feet, and finally gets wrapped up for a loss of about 2 yards. This is Mike Abate, the backup quarterback for Wayne Hills. We saw him for the second half of the East Side game, where he did not attempt a single throw. He only handed it off for running plays. Abate takes the snap, hands it off to Rodriguez again, who moves the pile a few yards. Looks like he got back to the original line of scrimmage. It's now a third down for Wayne Hills. About 13 yards to go. We'll see if they let Mike Abate throw for the first time this season. It's a pitch back to the outside, and Wayne Hills gains maybe 4 yards on the play. That was a sophomore, Van Penen, who got a little bit of work against Eastside. Now, he's only a sophomore, but he looked very promising. Breaking tackles, running hard, finding holes. Wayne Hills has a good future ahead of them at the running back position. Eric Moskal is punting for the Patriots. There's a flag on the play. It's on the Patriots. Still fourth down. Nick, looking around on the field and the bleachers, but the Wayne Valley fans have started to scatter. Do you have any reason for this? Do you think that they should be leaving just because their team isn't even blown out?
Well, the game hasn't really been terribly exciting on their end, so they don't really have much reason to stay.
Even though they're against Wayne Hills and crosstown rivals, that isn't enough just to stay for the end of the game?
I wouldn't say so.
Here's the punt from Wayne Hills. A good punt, another flag on the field. A decent return by Wayne Valley. Gain of about 22 yards, but we'll see who the flag is on to see if the flag negates the return. There is 8 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of Wayne Hills against Wayne Valley. Remember, 1 year ago was the blackout at Wayne Hills when Wayne Hills pretty much destroyed Wayne Valley. And here at Wayne Valley, with no blackouts the regular game, Wayne Hills again is destroying Wayne Valley. It looked like that blackout might have been unnecessary if they just have this much better of a team. Wayne Hills still has some starters on the field. It looks like the foul will be on Wayne Hills, as the scoreboard says the ball will be placed on the 49-yard line. It's actually on the 45-yard line. The scoreboard is lying. So it was a foul on Wayne Valley, keeping the Patriots drive alive. As here goes Wayne Hills down the middle and finally brought down by the last Wayne Valley defender. A great run of about 30 yards, putting Wayne Hills in great field position to score another touchdown. Abate takes a snap, hands it off for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. Other than that big play by Wayne Hills, the drive has seemed rather methodical, as in getting a few yards here and there, but never slowing down or breaking their stride. Abate tells Hills what the play is and how to line up. Abate pitches it back, and here goes Wayne Hills again. The ball comes out, tossed up into the air, a massive pileup, and it is a fumble for Wayne Hills, recovered by Wayne Valley at their own 6-yard line. That was Van Peenan who fumbled. Well, that's the first turnover of the game by Wayne Hills, which, although they did have a turnover, it has to be an encouraging sign that it took them this long into the game to get one. Wayne Valley with 2 receivers, hands the ball off right down the middle, but stopped by a mass of Wayne Hills players. Well, Nick, now we're seeing Wayne Hills slowly taking their starters out of the game. You don't see Monahan or Moskal in for this play, including Joe Lane. Valley back to pass, going back deep, and now having to scramble. A nice hit by Wayne Hills. The quarterback's helmet flies off. Seems to be okay. That was Christian Graff on the tackle. Five minutes left in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 4 now for Wayne Valley. Wayne Valley taking a long time to get this play off, as only hurting their own chances of scoring at all in this game. The clock's now down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. A quick handoff by Valley. Gets around the first defender and the second. That's finally knocked out of bounds by Wayne Hills. That was a good run by Wayne Valley, dancing around a few Wayne Hills defenders. It is a first down for Valley. That was a 15-yard run by Wayne Valley. On the sideline, you might be able to see Kevin Olsen walking. Noticeable limp right now. Valley drops back for the throw. The throw nowhere near the receiver, and it is an incomplete pass by Wayne Valley. Almost intercepted. Thankfully for Valley, the ball was just low enough. We'll see if the Wayne Hills special teams. My mistake, it was an interception by Wayne Hills. Here comes the run. And there goes right about a first down for Van Penen. Back to that interception play. That ball looked like it might have skimmed the ground, but I guess the defender's hands got underneath it and was managed to cradle it. That was only Wayne Valley's first interception of the game, even though their passing game has not been on target at all. Abate hands it off to Van Penen, who looks like he might have been bumped by his own player, taken down about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. They have still not allowed Abate to throw, which I found very surprising. It is a 41-0 game with less than 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, in the off chance that Olsen does get seriously injured, they're going to need to throw the ball at least a few times in the game. They should really give him some practice in when it could actually count. There goes Wayne Hills, brought down at the 21-yard line.
I guess they don't want to ruin their chances at a shutout.
First and 10 for the Patriots at the 20-yard line.
Wayne Hills killing the clock right now. Just passes 1 minute left in the game. 41-0 Wayne Hills here at Wayne Valley. Abate will kneel down. Wayne Hills fans cheering, knowing that their team has won the game.
It looks like they're content with 41 points.
Well, Wayne Hills came prepared for this game, never let Valley get anywhere close to scoring. Wayne Valley fumbled their first possession. Wayne Hills' first offensive touch on the ball was a touchdown. And that's basically been the story of the game. Wayne Hills just demolishing Wayne Valley. As the clock winds down, 41 Wayne Hills, 0 Wayne Valley. What a way to win a rivalry game on the road. Just go in to your enemy's home and just show them who's boss. And Wayne Hills did that tonight, shutting out Wayne Valley. Hopefully, Schiller will be okay for the upcoming games. All of us here wish him the best of luck. Not much to work on here for Wayne Hills, except, again, the penalty issue. Nick, what are your final thoughts on the game?
Well, Hills played a strong game. They didn't let Valley get anything. And really, Valley killed themselves with their own passing game. So
I couldn't agree more. Wayne Valley just could not get anything going through the air. And the running game, we really couldn't tell if they were good or not because Wayne Hills, all they do was just stack the box. Well, here at Wayne Valley, Wayne Hills 41, Wayne Valley nothing, and a blowout here at Wayne Valley. I'm Thomas Auerbach alongside Nick Bakelman saying goodbye from Wayne Valley.